Hey everyone, it's Wendy from Social Abundance Marketing. We are day 3. Oh my gosh, halfway through the week. Happy hump day, all that good stuff. Today, really exciting. We get to talk about you today. Yay! We kind of get to talk about you. So today is all about the about section in your LinkedIn. And so I am a who, what, where, and when type of gal. It may be because I have a bachelor's degree in criminal justice, or the fact that I still to this day love to read every single murder mystery book that's out there. So, but I like who, what, where, and when in a better, funner way. So the about us, the about section on your personal profile really is about you and how you affect and help others. So many times in an about section, you'll go in and you'll read it, and it's very clinical. It's very about a company. It's very about, it doesn't have any personality. And in my humble opinion of working with businesses and people for over the last 10 years, the biggest thing that social media has given us is the ability to connect and tell a story. So when you tell a story, you express your background in a way that allows the people that you want to work with to know that you're the right fit for them. We do business with people. I'm very, very big believer in we do business with people. And we do business with people that we connect with. And we do business with people that think that we have something to offer that's going to help them. And so we have to kind of put that person, those people that we want to work with, those people we want to partner with first, even in your about section in LinkedIn. So you're going to say, Wendy, but it's LinkedIn, it's professional. Right. Your story may be toned down to a little bit more professional viewpoint, but it's still a story. And it needs to connect with the person reading it. It has to excite the person who reads it. So we're going to talk about what really kind of needs to be in there. And there's questions in the workbook today to help you go through and kind of hone down your story before you craft it. So the first thing is the how, right? What's your backstory? You got here to this job because there was something that excited you, that you were so like, oh my gosh, I want to do this. Oh my goodness, I want to do this. And if you didn't get there that way, there's been a process and an evolution because you're now an expert in what you do, whether it's you went to school, whether you have your own business, whether you're looking for a job, it doesn't matter. You have a benefit and experience. So tell that backstory. It doesn't have to be a 6-paragraph backstory. It could be a paragraph or two, very short, succinct, but tell a little bit about your backstory. Tell them your struggle, and then tell them a solution, right? Because people are looking for a solution. So in order for them to get a solution, because it's really about your audience, in order for them to get a solution, they need to know that there was a relative backstory of like, I felt the same way. So for me, on my about section, it's about the fact that when I started out on my own, you know, I had a business partnership, and I share this a lot. I had a business partner, and I was the social media side of that business. There was like, I was it. So for me, on my about section, it shares about how like I walked out of this company and I started my company 2 weeks later. And I don't have that full backstory in, but I share about how I spent time on LinkedIn messaging people saying, hey, I'm going to open this thing. And I felt like a complete and utter imposter. At that time, I had been doing social media about 2 years. And how I progressed, because how I felt and the reality of the results I was getting clients were two separate sides of the spectrum. So tell the story, right? Because the story is what people are going to connect. I am sure there are people out there in my audience who like, yep, I've had imposter syndrome at some point in time too. So, those are the people who are like, the results kind of don't lie, even though you may feel this way. So tell the story. And then the next thing is, what actual results do you get for clients? Put that in there. That's what they're looking for. They want to know that you're the person to help them. And then after that, tell them, and if you go, and you can go peek at my profile, I encourage you to say exactly who you work with. So on my profile, it says doctors and dentists and medical professionals. It's very succinct. This is who I help. Put that in there. I have it bulleted. It's not something that you have to like go all over and look for. People know who I work with as soon as they come to my profile. And then what your actual expertise is. Write that in there, because people who are looking for you are looking for what expertise you have. And the one thing that I've learned through doing business for a long time is that I may think that everybody has that expertise, and I may not need, they may not need it. Or the fact of the matter is people are looking because they don't know it. And so if they're looking to you as an expert, as uncomfortable, and I struggled with this. I didn't want to say I was an expert, but not recently, but back then I was like, don't call me an expert, right? Don't do that, especially when social media was still so new. I was like, I'm not an expert. I just happen to get it, So, but put your expertise in there. Tell them exactly what you can do from them and what you're an expert in, because then those who are looking for you, again, your target market, will know that you are the right fit for them. And then also put what your process is, because if you don't have your process, again, it may not be the person looking to connect with you. It may not be a good fit for them, because you may have a process that doesn't work for that, for their time, their budget, whatever it is. And so to kind of be able to be like, this is who I'm available to. These are the connections I'm trying to make. And they know kind of what they're getting and who they're connecting with right up front. And then the last thing, or two more things, I'm sorry. What makes you different? It's really important to be able to tell the person connecting with you what makes you different than every other person who kind of does your job. And I always tell people that, I've had experience with clients coming and saying, well, nobody does what I do. And there may be this much of a truth of it, but most times people, again, connect with people, and somebody out there is doing something similar along the same lines. And on occasion, we will get something that's completely new. Obviously, social channels was like the next wave of that. And now we're going into voice things. And so it'll keep going. But most times there is somebody in this same type of industry as you, right? And so you need to shine about what makes you different than everybody else who does it. And it's not about a competitive thing. It's about attracting the right people to you. I'm really about like, yes, we have competitors, everyone. There's like a dozen social media people, but you're watching my LinkedIn. Why? Because there's something about me that's a little bit different. And when we've communicated, you're like, yes, I can, this is something I'm interested in. This is somebody that I want to connect with. And the same thing goes there. So the last thing is, don't forget, again, just like yesterday's lesson, don't make it hard for people to contact you. In the end of that, as you tell people like who you are, what your backstory is, what you're an expert in, who you work with, how you work, allow them to make a phone call with you. Put right there in your about section the way to contact you. A phone number, a link to schedule a call, whatever it is. Make it really, really super easy. Put it right there in that about section. So that's all we have. Go and write a story today. The workbook's really simple. Answer the questions, and then it'll help you outline. If you need to cheat, go look at mine. Well, good. And I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.